Get a dictionary.
So it's been probably 3 weeks since I last seen you guys. And yeah, for an update, everything's good. I was just off of YouTube. I was still on Twitter. I was still on Instagram. And I was still on my OnlyFans. And for the people that show me their support by being a member on my channel, I put that link in the description box as well. Thank y'all so much for sticking by me and showing me your support, whether it's words or even just joining. If you guys want to show your support that way, that's fine. Thank you. If you guys want to show your support by subscribing or just binge watching my videos, as I've seen some people did for the last 3 weeks, I appreciate that. Or you can show your support by subscribing to my OnlyFans, which I put exclusive videos, exclusive pics. I have over 50 plus posts. So if you want to unlock that, go ahead and click that link in my description bar and it will take you there. And I also have new merch, all right? But right now, I want to laugh a little bit. This is Dumbest Things We Did as Kids. I don't know if this is part 3 or part 4 or even part 5. All right, Mahogany, she says, when I was 5 or 4, my brother told me to make popcorn in the microwave and I accidentally put it on 90 minutes. Instead of 90 seconds. Were you defrosting a turkey or something? By the way, our parents wasn't at home and the park was burnt, but the park, that's how long it took. They burned the whole park, but we stopped it at like 4 minutes. Me and my family went to a restaurant and we have a pretty big family. So my sister went with my grandma and my other sister went with us. Halfway there, we realized, where's Alexis, my third sister? And both cars thought the other one had her. We came back home and she's just sitting right in front of her TV and didn't even know we left. When I was 4, the stove caught fire and the fire, y'all gotta stop. Stop leaving y'all children at home with all these utilities. What is these things called? I don't cook. You know what? What is that? What is an oven and a microwave? What is that? Appliances. Y'all need to turn off all your appliances. When I was 4, the stove caught fire and then the fire alarm went off. My sister, who's 9 years older than me, ran up to get me and said, I was sitting watching Sesame Street covering my ears. What was the, how did the stove catch on fire? Y'all need to start being detailed in y'all comments now. When I was young, I said I wanted a fish and my mom told me we couldn't have, I actually had a few fish in my lifetime, but though the maintenance is crazy, those aquariums, they think that thing gets dirty and they stink. I wanted a fish and my mom told me we couldn't have that because we had a cat. So I decided to write a note on my bedroom door telling the cat to stay out. So she could leave the fish alone. I told my mom and she said, good solution. It would probably work if cats could read. I was 8 or 9 when I said this, still don't have a fish at the time of writing this comment. Someone get this girl a fish. When I was, I think 4, I had got mad because my mom left the vacuum in my room. So I decided to go and try to shove it out of the room. It fell over on top of me and I proceeded, I'm yelling, I'm laughing already because why didn't you just put it outside of your room? And are you scared of vacuums like my dog is? Because Cash does not like, watch, I'll show y'all. Dang, what are you? Are you a weirdo? How did you turn off the vacuum like that just by looking at it? So I decided to go and try to shove it out of the room. It fell over on top of me and I proceeded to yell for help. When my mom found me, she was like, just get up, and walked away like it weighed nothing. I was 4, like I could barely pull up my own pants, let alone a vacuum cleaner. Nagito put her hand on a hot stove after making ramen to see how hot it was. I was 12. You know what? Like I said, y'all gotta really unplug all your stoves. If y'all gonna leave your 12-year-old alone, unplug your microwaves, your stove, even your tea kettle. When I was little, like 3, I thought Barney lived in this little vent hole in my attic. I thought the Bubble Land from the VHS I owned of him was up there. I used to have full conversations into my attic. I was a weird kid. You know what? Me reading that made me feel a little weird. I ain't gonna lie. When I was about 3, somehow I managed to fall into the toilet because I thought I was a princess, so I spin like princesses do. When I was 6, I said I loved my mom, right? So I took a red crayon, went in the bathroom, and drew hearts everywhere in that bathroom. Then when my mom found, y'all please put a period or a comma or something because I almost lost my breath. I took a red crayon, went in the bathroom, and drew hearts everywhere in that bathroom. Then when my mom found out, I explained that I drew them because I loved her. You know what? I not only wasted about 20 seconds of my life, but I almost died reading that. Like I said, punctuation is important. When I was about 4, me and my sister and my uncle that were 7 at the time tied 20 bags to me and dropped me down the stairs, and I had gotten 5 bruises on my body and a broken leg. You know what? I'm just going to censor your name just in case if you're, a police officer or a CDS. What are they called? CVS? Y'all, I'm getting back in the game. Y'all, my mind is all discombobulated. Give me a minute. When I was 8, I found a rubber band on the ground in my classroom and started to suck on it. Oh my God. But I accidentally ate it. How hard did you suck? I've still never seen that rubber band come out of me and I'm watching. When I was 8, oh gosh, I'm about to read it again. There had to be, she's a member. Yes, Carrie Ann, thank you so much for becoming a member. And she got a purple dictionary. I don't know if y'all know, but every month after you become a member, your dictionaries change. I'm telling y'all should try it. I'm just saying. There had to be a part 2 because it's just endless, the amount of dumb things we did as kids. Alonzo, you rock. You're hilarious, handsome, and so down to earth. Keep up the amazing work. Well, I remember when I was around 8 or 9 years old, I was out playing with my friends and I found an egg that was painted green with brown spots for Easter. Little me thought that it would actually hatch a baby chick would come out, so I excitedly picked it up, and while I was running to the house, I tripped and let the egg fall and it cracked and all you saw was the yolk and egg whites. And I remember going home and crying for hours because I thought I killed a baby chick. I forced my dad to come outside with me like a couple hours later so we can pick up the eggshells and bury it in the ground and give it a proper funeral. Jeez, Lord, a proper funeral. My entire family tried to convince me it was just an egg, but I kept arguing saying that the egg belonged to the Easter Bunny and I killed its child. You know what? That's why I'm not a parent now, because I feel that I would have been that parent to pick up that egg and put it right on the stove. I ain't gonna lie, and really fry it in front of her. Oh my God. So my dad is a pastor. I couldn't go to school at the time because I was really young. My dad was filing up the tub to baptize people. He had picked my brothers up after school and taken them to the church. Suddenly he hears cannonball. Yeah, my brothers were swimming in the Baptist. I'm a Christian and I've been laughing at this for an hour. When I was like 6, I had a dream where I was on the toilet and I was in my mom's bed. I pooped and peed in her bed and I am now 13 and they are still talking. Please tell me you're talking about in your dream. You pooped and peed? Y'all, I don't know if this is true, but my mom said, if you dream about poop, money is on its way. Is that true? I mean, don't call my mom a liar because what you won't do. Did you ever hear that? How about that? Did you ever hear that when you dream about poop, money is on its way? One time when I was 8 to 2 years ago, my cousin pushed, see, this is what y'all talking about. It's hard for me to read. It's hard to read these things. Y'all see how these people typing? When I was 8, I accidentally broke the glass off of our screen door, knowing my mom would whoop my ass. So I called her and told on myself, and she was on her way back to work to home, so I packed my bags and ran away. When I was 8, my little sister was 3. She got sick and had a really bad rash on her chest. She was sleeping on the couch and my mom was making dinner and shouted into my room, "Wake your sister up so I can clean her rash." What I heard was, "Pick your sister up and put her in the trash." So like a good little girl, I picked my sister up and threw her ass away. I bet her mom heard her 3-year-old daughter hit the bottom of that trash can so hard. It reminds me of one of my friends brought his dog over, and she said, and just barking all over my other friend. And my friend said, "Okay, so she belongs in the trash." I don't remember this, but my mom often tells the story of how when I was about perhaps 4 years old, I had been sitting watching her plucking her eyebrows one day. Later that night, she heard this horrendous, utterly blood-curdling scream. And Mom, ooh, you described that so good, I can actually hear it. Is it just me? And Mom ran upstairs to find my dad sitting up in bed holding his face in a pair of tweezers on the floor. Apparently, I decided to pluck his eyebrows when he was sleeping. The minute he screamed, I apparently ran and hid under my bed. The vision is literally making me cry because I can see the dad on the floor and the tweezers, the evidence is right beside his face. When I was younger, I fell asleep in the car and my parents forgot about me, and when I woke up, it was pitch black and I was terrified to leave the car. See, I should sue my parents for emotional distress on this because I told y'all this before on part 1 or part 2. My mom and dad, even my brother and my sister would always leave me in the car asleep. I mean, I was that child that literally would go to sleep 5 minutes into a car ride. You can go to the gas station, I'll be, my whole family knew I was in that car. When I was on a school trip, my friend a nosebleed, so my teacher got out her emergency kit. She got out a tampon. Oh. Not noticing it was one and telling him to stick it up his nose. I heard that actually works. What's the difference between a tampon and the little things with the string? Because isn't it the one is like the flap and one is the... Anyway, that's not even the point. All right, when I was younger, my grandmother gave me and my brother $1 to share. $1? What year was this, Grandma? You know not to get... What? Gave me and my brother $1 to share, so I ripped it in half. Because I thought that was how you split it. Turns out it's not. Well, let me tell you something. You better off splitting that thing because I don't like literally splitting. What can you get? $1 for 2 people? Can you even get a lollipop for under $1 nowadays? Me being brilliant 4-year-old me pressed my thumb against an activated iron and burnt my thumb. Even now I'm questioning the logic, and I bet you still have an iron mark on your thumb. When I was younger, I feed my bird green beans, and the next day I woke up and my burger kind of exploded. What? A burger? You didn't feed a... Y'all, please do not tell me that was a typo for bird. Please do not tell me Lexus's bird exploded the next day. When I was 8, I sold my broken Nintendo 3DS to Wesley, and a few days later, who the hell is Wesley? You acting like I'm supposed to know who Wesley is? He found out charging port never worked, so he gave it back to me, and I almost went to the emergency room when my dad slammed me to the ground. 8 years old, I jumped off the rooftop to check if I was a vampire in case I turned to a bat or something. My bruises proved I am not. I had a quarter in my mouth and accidentally swallowed it, and it was last year and I was in church. I knew I wasn't the only one to swallow the coin. Please tell me. All right, if y'all know this series, I said it probably 2 or 3 times. Why did I swallow a coin? That's the only question I'm gonna ask you. Solve each problem. There are 26 kids at the beach. Then 37 more kids come. How many kids are at the beach now? Too many for COVID-19. I know that's right. 9-year-old didn't want to try my lemon loaf, but when I rebranded it as lemonade cake, he was interested. Why is your kid crying today? Mine didn't get picked in the game she was playing alone. Why? This reminds me of when I was in school, man. I think even high school. I was always the last person to get picked. I don't know why. Was it because I was short? Was it because I got along with everybody? Well, it couldn't be that. Maybe it's because I was smiling all the time. I would be in the back just smiling, you know, like this. I wouldn't make eye contact because that would be kind of crazy, you know, kind of cool. But I still to this day want to know, why was I always the last one picked to play dodgeball? My parents got Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for the PC when I was a kid. The first time I played, I thought the printer dispensed the money and was freaking the out when I won. Then cried when my dad told me it was just a game. Oh, that reminds me of my mom, man. The first time she got on the computer, or actually the first few months, they would have them pop-ups and it would be like, oh, you won $1,000. She was so happy because I knew the only reason why she was happy was because of bingo. She wanted to spend all that money in bingo. I don't know. But she was still happy and it broke my heart because I didn't have $1,000 to give her at the time. I didn't even know how to count to 1,000. My 12-year-old son called me at work early one evening. He was home trying to help with making dinner for his siblings and for me and his mom before we got home. I could hear the frustration in his voice. He was trying to mash the potatoes. Holy cow, Dad, I never realized how strong Mom was. I can't do it. It took me a minute to think and then said, son, did you cook them all the way? And he replied, cook them? How old are you? 7, almost 8. I guarantee you this is probably one of the people that commented on my videos because I don't even get, you know what? It's 7 to 8 years old. Not 7, 8, 6, 5-ish. At least put something in the middle of it. I don't know if you're talking about months or years. My sister take her kid's Nintendo Switch away at. Does anyone know how to type on the internet? This is my problem today. I can't read half of this shit. My sister take her kid's Nintendo Switch away at night, so the kids made a fake Switch and tried to swipe the real one and put the fake in its place. I can't even laugh because I'm pissed. Do y'all know how to type? Parents of Reddit, what is the weirdest thing you caught your children doing? That's my question to you guys. Okay, third question. I want to know, what's the weirdest thing your kid has done? All right, comment down below. At the time I was pregnant with my second child, I walked past the bathroom and heard my firstborn son, who was about 1.5 years old, in there making coughing sounds. I go in to look and he was standing by the toilet coughing into it. I had horrible morning sickness and he was mimicking me throwing up. If that's the weirdest thing your kid has done, you are good. When I was a kid, I thought the epilogue, oh gosh, I don't even know, the epilogue at the back of a book was actually apology, and that there were all these authors with really low self-esteem. Like after you finish reading, they're just saying, I'm sorry for that. What was the most fucked up thing you saw in school? All right. A kid jumped over the balcony to try and beat the rush on mashed potato day. I think I know who that kid was. He broke both his legs, did not get his potatoes. Dang. My brother can't stop talking about my pineapples despite never actually seeing a whole one before. My mom bought one for him earlier and it hasn't left his side yet. Dang. He got a whole pineapple? I don't even know why I thought it was a potato. A nurse's 9-year-old daughter left this on the sidewalk by their house so she could see it when she returned home from the hospital. Her daughter mixed up the E and O. It took me a while to see what the E and the O was supposed to be because I wanted to add a W. Was it just me? I know it's not just me because I know know it's not just me. Went through my son's iPad this morning how to find my dad. Bought ourselves some peace and quiet for $3. Last one standing with $1 still on the wall wins the money. My kid swallowed a penny while showing his little brother how he accidentally swallowed a SIM key the day before. 11-year-old, I don't want asparagus. Me, it's not asparagus, it's green licorice. She took another bite. How does a kid like that? My niece loves olives. How? You're 3 years old. What can an olive do for you? Oh. The dumbest thing I did as a kid was when I was about 3 to 4 years old, I tried to help give my family's pet birds a bath by spraying them in their cage with what I thought was the water spray bottle. It was WD-40. I didn't read the rest yet. Please don't tell me that them birds died, man. How can you mistake a water bottle for a WD? Oh, she was about 3 to 4 years. Okay. All right. They died. Oh! I gotta go.